Good day, Ma'am Fair. Our topic for today is crime mapping. So, what is crime mapping? Crime mapping is a term used to policing to refer to the process of conducting spatial analysis within the crime analysis. Process of using a geographic information system conduct spatial analysis of crime problems and other police-related issues. Mapping criminal incidents and other types of police data through Geographic Information System or GIS. Programs has proven to be an effective tool in analyzing and preventing crime and locating law enforcement resources more efficiently. So the crime mapping is a conduct siya og spatial analysis or kanang spatial analysis or geographic information. Ang geographic information mo ni ang Russian map that anang map or geographic information system mo na siya map nga diha ang malocate ang criminal. So madali ra ang law enforcement na ilang trabaho. So crime mapping serves three main functions within the crime analysis. Number 1, facilitates visual, statistical, and analysis of the spatial nature of the crime and other types of events. Number 2, it allows analysis to link unlike data sources together based on a common geographic variables, example, linking census information, school information, and crime data for a common area. Number 3, it provides maps that help to communicate analysis results. So, what is the importance of crime mapping? So, crime mapping is a very important tool in managing and controlling crime in an area. Investigators are able to understand the crime pattern and trend. It's also help in resource and locating in the geographic profiling of criminals and suspicious location. So, ang importante sa crime mapping bitaw is dali ra makontrol ang crime area. Then ang investigator dali ra nila masabtan. Then ang pattern the crime pattern are mura sa isa ka lugar o GIS geographic information system mura sa isa ka lugar. Mura sa example is kanang isa ka area, example Ubaldo Barangay Ubaldo muna siya grade muna dra ang high crime rate. So ang yellow dayan mo na ang less kay ang crime rate. Then next history of crime mapping. 1829 in France, Adriano Balbi and André Michel Guerri created the first maps of crime. So kanis Adriano Balbi and André Michel Guerri, so sila ang first ga-create sa crime map. And next is Lambert Adolphe Quetelet. In 1831 and 1832, Belgian astronomer and statistician, he independently published three maps dealing with the same themes but spreading across the larger areas. He stated the greater the number of individuals observed, the more do individual particularities, whether physical or moral, become. Next is Robert Park. In 1920s and 1930s, looked to characteristics of urban environment to explain the crime problems in American cities. Next is Frederick Strachers. In 1927, he found the gangs were concentrated in areas of the city where our social control was weak and so disorganization of perceived. So Frederick was na-locate niya ang mga gangs through the map. So these are the sample of the first they create ang ni Adriano Balbi and André Michel Guerri created first map of crime. Mao na siya. Kanang darker is mao na siya ang high crime rate area. So dira may tabo ang for example is murder case, robbery or mga inana. So kanang light medyo dili kay siya may medyo dili kay siya mangan og mga crime rate dira. Then ang wala na gyud kanang plain na gyud siya mura ang safe area. That's all. Thank you.
So there are three types of analysis. To start it off, the first one is tactical crime analysis. The second one is strategic crime analysis. Third one is administrative crime analysis. Tactical crime analysis is a crime mapping used to identify immediate patterns for crimes, such as burglary, auto theft, and theft from vehicles. For example, spatial analysis incidents may reveal cluster of activity of specific locations that might indicate a pattern. So during their operation, tactical crime analysis helps the operation to move efficiently and have much more productive result due to analyzing the specific locations that will indicate a crime pattern in a certain area. Second one is strategic crime analysis. This is utilized in long-term applications. So unlike tactical crime analysis, strategic is much more long-term productivity. This analyzes the relationship between criminal activity and indicators of disorders for volume of vacant property or disorder calls for service. This assists in geographic and temporal allocation of resources such as patrol officers, scheduling, and determination of patrol areas. They examine patterns of crime around specific locations, same as tactical crime analysis. They calculate crime rate information such as numbers of residential burglaries. And they also incorporate crime data with qualitative geographic information such as information on teenage hangouts, student pathways, or drug prostitution markets. So their operation is much more bigger and have more targets than tactical crime analysis because this is for long-term applications on criminal activities. They also apply geographic information that will help them determine the location of where are the possible areas that a crime will likely to occur. Next one is administrative crime analysis. This is a tool used by researchers and media organizations. They convey criminal information and activity to the public such as websites, news, post maps, and this will also help the agency reduce citizen requests for neighborhood crime information by placing monthly or weekly crime maps on website that members can public and access using computers in their homes. So administrative crime analysis is an operation where computer in media is involved, such as balita and public news, like, or sites where you can freely access the current crime in that certain area to prevent or avoid being a victim in that certain department. So they convey the information to the public to avoid or to warn the citizens for possible crime that will occur. Geographic Information System, or GIS. It is a software tool that allows geographic representation from a simple point map to a three-dimensional visualization. So, geographical features has two types. First one is the polygon feature. It's represented on a map by a multi-sided figure with a closed set of lines. Polygons can represent as areas or large continents or small as buildings. So same as in a map, you can see lines and shapes, different lines and shapes that represent something. For example, a triangle can represent a very big river, circles for mountains that will indicate a certain area where they represent a certain aspect of the map. For example, like mountains, trees, rivers, roads, and etc. While image feature is a GIS generated map or vertical photograph taken from satellite or airplane. So this is much more technical. This is digitized and placed within the appropriate coordinates. So, such as photos that shows the details of the streets, buildings, and parking lots. So much masaitik siya because this is a map created using satellite cameras, so pinpoint locations and has more details of that place, details of streets, buildings, and parking lots, and other environmental features. In other words, digital map.
So, types of crime mapping. So, first is the single symbol mapping, or in a single symbol maps individual uniform. Symbols represent features such as the location of stores, roads, or states. In short, single symbol mapping is a indication, or there is a specific label on a specific place. Then single symbol maps is that GIS places all points on such a map that share the same address directly on top of one another, making it impossible for the map to show how many points there really are. So that's the number one. So number two is the buffers, or a buffer is a specified area around the feature on the map. So a buffer is like you are pointing a specific location, but there is a 50 feet or larger distance, such as 500 miles. Depending on the purpose and scale of the map, there is a nagpoint siya og isa ka location, then na-circle ng broad din nga area ang ikuan nga there is a possibility that the suspect or the subject for the investigation is on that specific area or possible area. Then third is the chart mapping, or allows the crime analyst to display several values within a particular variable at the same time. So chart mapping is that there is a division of different crimes. For example, is that if there is a crime that was happening, like murder, rape, or other robbery, is that it will put into chart. It will then so in chart mapping, there are two types of chart mapping. First is the pie. Pie is like there is a circular feature that being divided depends on the rating, or depends on the crime rate on a specific place. Same with the bar. The difference between the two is that the pie is like a circular, then the bar is like there's a graph that was being used or as a representation. Then there is also an interactive crime mapping, or it refers to simplified geographic information system made available to the novice user over the internet. So the interactive crime mapping is like they're using a specific number regarding the crime that was being happen, or crime rate. Unlike with those chart mapping, there is only a label, or there is only a comparison. Like unlike with this interactive crime mapping, they really put the specific number of the crimes that, or there is a specific number that was being put to the map. Then the important formulas in crime mapping is like crime rate is equals to, there's a formula for that. So that's all, and thank you.